This summer, I had the absolute privilege to host a retreat, a Mandala Magic retreat in the French countryside. We were northeast of Bordeaux. Our main town was Angoulême. We were based at an amazing venue called the French Retreat, and our theme was burning love. I can honestly say that I burned and loved in equal measure. So why don't you come along with me and see some of the tears, the laughter. It was full of passion, full of art, full of creativity, joy, and everything else that comes with retreat work. It's certainly going to be an experience that'll stay with me for many years to come. I was married in this region 17 years ago, and so the road trip for me was full of nostalgia and familiarity. This year we were travelling in the midst of a heat wave. It's one of my favourite times to travel when the sun beats down so hard there's nothing you can do but melt into it. We were travelling amongst fields of sunflowers towards the French retreat, a specialist centre run by the delightful Emma and her team. I'll show you around in a minute, but first off, I just want to say that a retreat centre has different requirements from a hotel or a spa, and I can heartily recommend the French retreat to you if you are looking to host a similar gathering of folk somewhere beautiful but that will fully nourish you. I just have no hesitation in recommending this space. So let's go and have a wee look around. First off, the outside space. Well, weren't we lucky with these fields of ripening sunflowers that surrounded us on all four sides? Our timing really couldn't have been any better. You know, here in Scotland, these would be tourist attractions. The property has some more humble crops with fruit trees that form an avenue on the driveway, and there's no shortage of beautiful corners with planting that helps support insect life and provide shelter for guests all through the day. I can't tell you how amazing it was to have this pool to relax in, especially under the blazing sun. Down the path from the manor house is the barn. Let's go and take a look. It's both our workspace for the retreat and accommodation for guests, including a wee kitchen stocked with teas, coffees, fruits and snacks for our stay. This is what it looked like before setup, and of course my first job was to build the altar, soon to be filled by offerings from Mandala magicians. And here is how I set it up with their gifts on each workstation. Let's take a look inside the manor house. I had the best room up in the attic, and I can't tell you just how comfortable that bed is. There's so much to delight in this space. The restoration is beautiful, the decoration exquisite. I don't have any footage from arrivals day because I wanted to be fully present with my guests, but we got everyone settled in to the space and then we gathered for lunch on the terrace. The wind got up, the sun had gone, and it got a wee bit cool, it got a wee bit moody. It was a perfect way to begin, actually. Then we had a cacao ceremony to open up our retreat together before we embarked on some creative activities. Afterwards, just before dinner, Emma, who owns and manages the French retreat, told us a wee bit about the place and welcomed us with a local aperitif for those who wanted to imbibe. And we tucked into another amazing dinner. And I don't have any footage of our meals either, but I can say truly we were well fed, well nourished. This was a team who really know how to feed folk who are on retreat and meet specific dietary requirements where there were any. So yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't capture any, but you know what? We were in it and we were enjoying it and we were together, and that's how we started. On our second day, we spent time making Mandala Magic together. Then we had a break before dinner and some community bonding afterwards. And our third day was full of the same.
The thread that winds by instinct and not by mind, or grow into what I'm currently.
Before I say anything, I think I'd like to open up to the group. We've got plenty of time, so it can be more than a few words. And try and get a compass that's got some weight to it, so it's doing more work for you.
There's a new nugget.
Okay, ready?
Crikey!
I love early mornings before everyone is up and about. There's time to integrate dream work from the night before and allow consciousness to gently expand before reining it in again for social interactions and practical undertakings. These mornings here, morning moments, simply precious. I mean, just to drink in the magic of this place, pure bliss. On our fourth day together, we took a trip to a nearby village, situated in a hill. It's one of the prettiest villages in France, with a church built into the stone of the hillside. There were plenty of artisanal shops to visit, and my favourite was this pottery, where the owner lived, ran his studio and sold his wares.
Does that feel good?
We had a great time breaking out of our retreat space, that's for sure. And it was good to get back to the venue and have plenty of time for some resting, some lounging by the pool and in the pool. And of course, also the studio space was open for us to make some art. And it was probably a step too far, certainly for me, who had quite a lot to eat in the village for lunch. But we had another amazing dinner before we gathered for our soul song evening, where everyone contributed an offering from their heart and soul. It was one of the highlights of our retreat time and has scored highly in the feedback. So let's take a wee peek, shall we? Here we go. Thank you, thank you. I hope you enjoyed your little escape from the retreat today. By yesterday, I was really feeling like we'd just been here forever. There was no other life. This is all we do. And I know I have known all you people for a very long time.
Too long.
It's like I feel like, this is, we are ancient and we are doing this every day forever. So it was good to break that spell this morning. In jail. Cackling coming from every corner. We've already spoken about the creative fire. We've already looked at devotion and what we might offer the world. So poetry, songs and stories tap into the soul's voice. And they're brilliant when interwoven with mandala practice. That night we were graced with the bright full moon, and the next morning I woke early to try and complete some of my own art, while magicians sought out tea and coffee and blinked their way into the day. There's going to be 3 parts to this session. On our 5th day, we spent time offering thanks to this property, its land, the creatures, the people who perform stewardship, and we made a group mandala from windfalls and a few flowers from abundant plants. We made gifts for each other and the staff who cared for us during our stay. We lunched before a sound bath, and then we shared our finaling journaling session.
But everyone's taking care of each other. I can see that, and it's very special. And I feel very grateful to have been able to come.
Like you're all characters in my life for quite a long time.
Good word.
But to actually sit down and you're actually real people. It's kind of blowing my mind. In this moment, I feel hugely expansive. I feel broken open in the best of ways. The best of ways. You know, if I was to draw it, it would be coming from here out, and I'd be, you know, maybe opened up a bit. And then the rest of my body is very porous, very, very porous. But thank you for asking. Thanks for the invitation.
That's going straight to the pool room.
For me, I think one of the most important aspects of a retreat is that the guests are able to share their experience of the retreat, both inside and outside of the circle. So although we were definitely overtired by this point in proceedings, it was important to share and offer our experience of the work that we'd created together. And I can honestly say that given those individuals time to offer context and meaning, and for them to be able to process what the work meant to them in that moment will really help us all process and integrate what we learned together, what we experienced together. So we'll have a wee quick look at what just some of us said on that evening.
Another way to feel what I have felt in this time.
Curvy shape in there, and I really did enjoy doing that. And then that's the idea behind it. So,
It's beautiful, Barbara.
thank you.
But I've just loved how the watercolours fallen, and you've got the darker areas, and you've kind of just, it's done its own intuitive thing, really.
My experience with doing this is the beauty of the connection with each of us still being our own individual flowers. Thing that holds us all together with each of us expressing ourselves in our own way.
Personal boundaries and also connection. And eventually I'll put a bee on here. Maybe here. Or maybe here. I'm not sure.
Then I decided to save the pieces, and so the sun shedding sun seeds. I have to journal, and I wanted to color and do some stuff in here, but
on departure day, I took some time to make peace with leaving my new pals in this wonderful venue. It was difficult to leave this haven of French summer condensed into less than a week. The smiles and laughter, caring, tending, devotion and commitment from everyone was a lot to let go of. But on this 6th day, I was overtired, my body sore from a fall just a couple of days before we started. The time was right, and Emma's team was about to set up for a fresh set of faces. I arrived at the French retreat with a whole heap of recording equipment that I didn't actually use, because when you're in that situation, you have to be fully present. But I hope that what I've been able to capture and show you here gives you a wee flavour of the place, the people, the events, and a wee flavour of our Burning Love time together. To my Burning Love crew, deep gratitude again for your attendance, for your commitment, for your devotion, for your practice, for your willingness to tend to and care for each other. To Emma and your crew, thank you so much for hosting us and for looking after us, for giving us proper fuel to mark our day, to see us through our activities together. Look, everyone who's watching, I know that we have been in a hugely privileged position. It's really important to fill the world with art and magic. So there we go. This is your invitation to do the same, or at least to get a wee bit of the flavour of it, to fuel your continued artistry and creative practice in the world.
Crikey.